You know, there's this, I know you just saw that. There he is again. I have a collaborator, some kind of an ant here. And it usually tends to happen when there's no one on campus. They seem to become a little braver about looking for sustenance, and they're not finding any, so they have nowhere to go. And they're still searching, so I don't think the watercolor paint's going to be anything they're really interested in. Okay. Again, I want to come right to the edge of my chimney or stack here, whatever it's called. Just kind of poke around with the brush again. There's a little, I think I should make that just a tad darker so that it's a little more distinct and the texture shows up so that it separates itself from the roof. We don't want those two areas of the composition coming together or clashing together. So we want a little definition there of separation. Okay. There's also a light gray that will also help separate the two, but that's going to come much later. So if they run together, I'm just going to have to live with that temporarily. Now we're getting some separation here. I think I'm also going to switch to my other brush. Create some other kinds of passages that look a little mushier. All right. Okay. Now I just noticed there's another tree right in here. So I'm going to come back. I'm going to lay a little of this stuff in here. And then I'm going to come back and do a little tree shaping over the front of it, overlap it a little. Yeah. Okay. This actually comes up over the top of the mountain. Tree trunks. I'm going to use the sharp edge of the brush, the edge. Just a couple of them here. Okay. Alright, we're going to let that dry. Now I'm going to come back and fill in this light and get rid of the white of the paper and do it. I'm going to do it gently so that it doesn't disturb the areas that I just initiated for the texture. I just want to get rid of the white. And because I'm holding the brush flat, like this, it's allowing it to fill a little more of the surface. Okay. And also to create a little unevenness, I can also pick on with a little more pigment here that may have a little more black in it, just so that it doesn't seem like too similar in appearance. Okay. Proceed on up. Yeah, you're right. If you're seeing a little green, because I picked some of that up off my palette, which wasn't thoroughly clean, and you know it's still a little neutral in appearance, so it's not really deviating from my attempt to create a value study of this. It's just got a slight hint of color in it. Only it isn't, it's going to keep the painting from being just simply black and white. Okay. All right, now I'm going to come back and fill some in here. A little water. Forget your sponge. See, you got a little heavy there, so I'll just drop my sponge over it. And now I can go about moving this around. See, now I'm able to create the boundary of the bottom of the buildings here. So now your architecture is starting to appear more clearly. You're just carving it out of that background, basically. And I'm going to also bring some down to help bring our boulder out. Also just realize there's some texture in this boulder that goes beyond speckled. There's a line that comes through here that I'm going to also address to separate it from the background. All right, so I'm going to keep working on this, doing the same thing, let it evolve a little longer, and then do some more work in video number 2.